Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're back.
What's up, Mike?
Official.
It's been months. It's been like 5 months.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking we usually take a break like over summertime. And I think that's mainly just because kids are out of school and we're running around a lot more and vacations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think the past few years we've done that. This has been a
Mhm.
crazy summer for me with the kids too. They're like old enough to go outside sort of by themselves, but I'm still super attached to them. So they just got on the bus about an hour ago, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. All right, so give a little overview. We want to catch up because it's been a while. And I just want to ask you questions because I haven't seen you in a bit and talk to you about things like disc golf and regular golf and kids and all that kind of stuff. But do you feel like when school starts, do you feel like schedule wise, you have so much more time possibly showing up, or are you already filling up that time, or how does that work?
Oh, absolutely. My time, I have a ton more time. Like it's weird with the kids. Well, I mean, all parents kind of know. I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and so even if they are self-sustainable, which they kind of are now, they can get their own food. Usually I'm making the bigger meals still for them, but like snacks and stuff like that, they can do that. They can get waters and everything. But still, I mean, if I'm trying to say do a podcast or study something, every 5 to 10 minutes, I'm getting a question or can I help with this? Can I help with that? And so it's very, very tough to have to really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So the summertime for me has been fairly non-productive. I feel kind of lazy to be honest. Just
Well, you like in
because
the active mode, I feel like when you're with the kids more throughout the summer, right? Like
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
reacting to things nonstop. So you can't really plan or get like multi-step things done.
Well, yeah, I mean, so proactive about like some activities, but they
Mm-hmm.
really like activities that they just do on their own. Like they have so many friends in the neighborhood now that like they just want to say go over to a friend's house and see what they want to do and go hang out, right? Where the past few years it's been more of like, hey, dad, or mom, can you set up a play date with me? For me or whatever. But now they can go out and kind of do their thing. So they're a little bit more unsupervised. But even with that, we kind of keep we want them to stay in the cul-de-sac and be a little bit more connected. And yeah, I mean, it's just nonstop. Like, hey, do this, do that. Can you help me with this? Which I'm happy to do. But yeah, anything and then also being one proactive thing is like we did swim lessons and t-ball and to at least try to do trips to the park and things like that, which is proactive.
How'd
um
the swim lessons and t-ball go?
so swim lessons was awesome. So Adeline did 4 weeks, no, 2 weeks of beginner swim lessons,
And that's your 8-year-old.
and that she's 8 and she can swim now.
Nice.
Yeah, so we did that right before our beach trip, and our beach had like an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, and she was swimming like a fish.
Yes.
Um, and she was not able to swim before that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was pretty awesome. And Charlie is 5, and he was only allowed to do like this 1 week class, like that was like for kindergartners or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he could not swim after it, but they just kind of teach the super, super basics in that week class.
Yep.
But they loved it, and I was comfortable enough for Charlie to go in like 3 foot water without me being in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice. Uh,
Does he have those floaties that like go around the body and the arms? I see those a lot.
he did, but we did not use them this year. Uh,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I was comfortable enough like where he would jump in the 3 foot area and like so he would be completely underwater. And he would go under there with like toys or whatever and have like trucks underwater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Amber and I were just sitting on the side, in the seats, just watching them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was
Oh,
re
cool,
that
man.
was awesome.
Yeah. And then T-ball for Charlie.
Yeah, T-ball for Charlie. So fall, like we signed up for fall ball. So we assumed that it would start like maybe mid-September. But it started like late July.
Mm.
And so I'm actually doing an assistant coach with that.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so that has been, I mean, he loves T-ball. It's weird, like, so he's 5 years old, and he doesn't practice at all at home. And even like I say, hey, you want to go throw the ball or whatever, and he's just not into it. But he's pretty good at T-ball, and he likes to run around. He loves to hit the ball and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
funny, funny thing that they got into this summer is they started watching like this gymnastics YouTube channel. And my kids, they're like all about gymnastics now. So like every 5 seconds, my son can do a pretty good handstand with his feet on the wall, and he can hold that thing for like 30 seconds, which is awesome. And same thing with Adeline. She's working on back bends and cartwheels and
Yes.
handstands and all that kind of stuff, which I completely
Where are they doing this? Are they doing this in your living room?
yeah, we have one of those 4x8 mats.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly in the living room. We have a friend, one of my daughter's friends has a pretty decent gymnastics bar, and a gymnastics where you walk across, what's that thing called? Just
Balance beam?
balance beam. Yep. So they're really into that. And I don't even mind my son being into gymnastics because to be honest, that's like the building block for so many sports. Like if he gets good at gymnastics, which I'm so impressed at like how quick he can do these like handstands and just like nimbly go onto his arm, like go up to the wall and just go bam and like be upside down and like really quick.
Yeah.
And I want him to do that because if he does decide to do like any sport like soccer, basketball, football, whatever, he's going to have some really good building blocks for really any sports.
Yeah. I think, yeah, gymnastics is a really good foundation sport. I think it
Yeah.
helps a lot with body aware. I mean, people kind of understand when you say it, but body awareness is, I think, a big one. And
Oh
being
yeah.
able to like know where your body is in space without having to look at it and
Yeah.
getting practice with that. And then all the like isometrics and body weight work that they do that's hard for them. It feels fun for kids though, in a way, even though it's hard, versus other body things that are hard don't always feel fun.
Yeah, you tell them to do a plank and they're like, no way. But if you
Right.
tell them to do a handstand against the wall, they're like, okay, let's do it, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I've definitely messed around with doing some handstands with them
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
this summer. And I mean, they're hard. I can beat them, but I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm sweating when I'm up there.
Yeah. And they're probably not like, it's funny because kids don't really push into maximum effort very much, and
Mhm.
even if they do, they recover really quickly from it.
Yeah.
I think there's actually some scientific understanding of like how kids can't really push into maximum effort, which is what keeps them from getting like major injuries a lot
Oh,
of
that's
times.
interesting.
And then as you get older, you're able to push into maximum effort more with your muscles. And then
Yeah.
that's why things pop, basically. um, oh, that reminds me. Did I tell you Zeno was doing jujitsu now?
Oh, that's awesome. I think you did. How are your kids doing?
Doing good, man. Like the jujitsu is continuing to be something she really enjoys and is having a lot of fun with. And so much that we started doing like mat time at the end of the day.
Oh, cool.
And Jazz got a big, thick mat that I'm trying to think how long it is. It's probably, let's see, if I lay down on it, head to toes, It's probably like 6 feet long,
Yeah.
or wide, 6 feet wide, and like 18, maybe somewhere around there long.
Yeah,
It, it takes up most of the living room,
yeah.
basically. And then we put like pillows and padding around things nearby, and then we'll do mat time in the evening.
Right. Now wrestling in the evening is supposed to be really, really good for putting kids to sleep, from what I've heard. How does that work with your kids?
Well, it's interesting. Like Ari, I think he gets a little too worked up if we wrestle a lot in the evening. Xena, she does go to sleep better. So it seems to be a bit of a mix because I've heard that too. And a lot of times we're not really wrestling around on the mat. We're actually doing it's all of us, like Jazz, me, and the two kids are we'll lay down on the mat and someone goes first and the next person down the line gets to choose after that. And we all just choose like an exercise or a drill and then
Yeah.
everybody does it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So that way the kids feel like they get to choose and do things and whatnot. Usually there's a lot of rolling. There's a lot of all fours. There's a lot of crawling. There's a lot of we're doing a lot of neck exercises right now
Okay.
for like neck strength because that's one of the things with jujitsu is having good neck strength. And it's actually I really like doing the neck exercises. A couple of things have come out of that I've actually started adding to my own routine now because of it. It's
What
been
what do you do for your neck? So like what are some examples?
so if you lay down on the ground, one drill is like giving your knees a hug when you're laying on your back,
Okay.
and then picking your head up off the ground, keeping it off the ground, and then turning your head left and right with the gravity kind of pulling it down to the ground. There's a lot of resistance there, just getting that rotational turn,
Yeah.
for example. And then another one is laying down on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the ground, and then just picking your head up, looking up towards your knees, putting your head back down on the ground. So doing like lateral left and right, and then doing up and down from laying down on your back position.
Yeah. I do that a lot of that stuff in yoga fairly often.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
those same movements that you're talking about. I
Yeah.
never thought about that. I've always thought that I had a pretty weak neck.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this kid when I was like 12 years old, we were playing football, and these guys were like awesome football players, and I was just like a slow big guy, and
Mm-hmm.
that was like hard to tackle though. And
Yep.
I remember like they like two of them grabbed me, and I like started going down. The third guy like just jumped on my head, and I felt like my neck broke. And
Uh-huh.
like my whole life, I can barely turn my neck like side to side.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Mm-hmm.
always wondered like what some good strength exercises or mobility. I don't know if I need mobility. I probably need a little bit of that and a little bit of strength too. But
Mm-hmm.
it's good that you say those because I feel like I do that stuff fairly often.
Yeah, and did you notice, like, when you started doing that, how hard it was, and if it's gotten better over time? Because I definitely have since I've been doing it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because what are those small muscles that you're working? Do you know what those things are called?
all I can think of is like erector spinae, but I feel like that's lower on.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But anyway, and for little kids, because I'm always telling Charlie, because if he tries to do his handstand for too long, it turns into like a headstand. And
yeah,
I I really let them know, you got to protect your head and neck.
protect your neck,
Yeah.
like Method Man.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I really it's key that they protect it, but is a headstand also strengthening it a little bit? Like as long as they have, like I try and get him to get like 60% on the hands and maybe 40% on the head when he does that.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
if it's any more than that, he's gotta fall out of it, is what I tell him.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to know exactly with the kids, but I like the idea of building a strong neck early. I think
Yeah.
that I think that helps with a lot of things. I know it helped me with wrestling a
Right.
lot. Like I remember when I first started wrestling, how weak and tired my neck felt, and how that made everything just so much harder.
Yeah.
And then I remember like I started wrestling before I started football, and I remember seeing a bunch of kids when they first started football having neck injuries.
Oh.
Like like the upper trap area near the shoulder. I would see that a lot. Neck
Mhm.
strains, all those kind of things, and I never had that problem, and I attributed that a lot to wrestling beforehand. I think it.
Okay.
I think especially like contact sports, man, you want to have a strong neck for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they're doing. What does Ari do? Is Ari doing any he's not really doing much sports except for like stuff with Xena and me. And then I've been playing a lot more disc golf and I've been trying to bring the kids along with disc
Oh,
golf more.
oh yeah. All right. So FitQuest dash disc golf slash golf is really
Yeah,
the
yeah.
name of this
The
podcast.
golf fit quest update. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of us have
Uh,
been golfing it up this summer, basically.
yeah, yeah. Lots of golf, some disc golf. You
Mhm.
want to go? So are we getting into disc golf now?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. What have you been doing?
Okay, so I've been going once a week for the past couple months, every Thursday morning.
Okay.
And every once in a while, I've gone on the weekend too. And it's amazing just committing to once a week versus once every few weeks,
Hmm.
basically, or randomly once a month, stuff like that, or once every few months. Just going once a week, man, has made a giant difference. And it's funny because it surprises me and doesn't surprise me all at the same time. Like I
Right.
know that that's usually the case. And yet when I do it, I'm like, wow, what a big difference.
Well, because has disc golf is becoming more of a hobby now than it was kind of just like a sporadic fun thing to do, right? And I
Right.
think that that's the difference too, is when you start doing it every week and really making it something that you want to get better at, like
Hmm.
that's when you really start seeing those results a little bit.
Dude, yeah. And so now I'm doing it once a week, every week, pretty reliably. And then I'm finding myself just randomly throwing discs at things to practice form and accuracy. And then I recently started planning my strength programming around my disc golf hobby.
Yeah.
Because I'm noticing when I start to do certain things, different muscles will get used more, and I want to keep things balanced. And because it's rotational and it's more one sided, I want to try and keep things balanced and tight spots jumping up. So I want to keep those from getting tighter. So that's all being considered in my current strength program now, which makes it feel even more official, honestly.
Yeah. And that's awesome because I do feel like when you're training, when you're strength training or just doing any kind of training for rotational sports,
Hmm.
those training programs are just awesome overall programs usually for most people because they're usually high mobility programs, balancing programs too. Like if you are always throwing one way,
Hmm.
I mean, you know that like that arm is going to get overworked or that rotation is going to get overworked, and so adding into your exercise routines, like it's like you're more aware of what you're doing throughout the week, so that in your exercise routines you're kind of fixing that too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And like stretching certain things out. I've also noticed it's weird because like the tightness in different areas as my form has gotten better has moved to different areas as well.
Yes.
Like I was over arming it like before when I was throwing the disc. So I was having tightness in like my forearms and my elbows and my chest,
Yeah.
basically. Pretty much like all the time up until this became a hobby and I started like addressing my form, basically.
And biceps, right? Your biceps were always
Yeah,
sore.
biceps. Yep. Yep. Like now that's almost completely gone. And now it's
Right.
moved to like ribs, sides, a little bit of that lower back, upper oblique area.
Yeah.
They
Lats and core, like
lats and core on the
your big
sides.
muscles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so I went to one adult party this summer for 1 hour. Yeah, like I
There
was
you
on
go. You escaped for 1 hour this
uh,
summer.
I'm not a big social I'm really not a big social person and like groups of like 20 or 30 people in a house, just like just something I don't normally do. Um,
Right.
and plus kids, but it was an adult party and all this kind of stuff. And there was this guy that had a disc golf shirt on, and I was like, "Oh, let me go talk to that guy." And he was like, I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "I've just started. I picked up disc golf like 6 months ago or whatever." And so that guy, he actually plays in tournaments and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I was trying to get tips from him, but he was like noticeably like didn't want to talk about it.
Uh,
And he was like, the one thing I'll tell you is that if you're sore in your arm, you're doing it wrong. And I
yeah.
was like, dang, I'm always sore on my arm, so I
Yeah.
must be doing something wrong. So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting that we talk about that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't hear somebody say that, but I started watching technique videos and I was just noticing the drastic difference in the cues and the way that people were trying to get beginners to learn how to throw.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was sharing my videos. I've been taking videos every once in a while of myself throwing it,
Hmm.
and I was sharing videos with friends who don't know that much about disc golf. Because part of me was like proud because I was like, oh, look how far I'm getting, and I'm getting it to come off better and whatnot. And all my friends who don't know that much about disc golf were saying, oh, that looks amazing. That's great. Wow. Look how far that disc goes, you know? And this was still when I was using a lot of arms. And then I joined a couple of like Facebook groups, disc golf Facebook groups. And then I posted, did I tell you this, by the way?
Yeah, I think a little bit, but I want to hear the story.
Okay. And then I posted in the Facebook group, and the Facebook groups were just annihilating my form and technique. Basically, I asked for it though. I was like, form check and question mark, and then just comments, just
You you know what? I think I remember now. I read through one of those, and wasn't a bunch of people hating on the fact that you weren't wearing shoes?
yes, yes, yes. They're like, ditch the Tivas, bro.
I thought that was pretty funny because I guess you can't turn properly if you're just in bare feet or whatever.
Yeah, well, like you can't pivot off of your last foot. So like you step up, you throw, and then you pivot off that end foot there at the
Yeah.
end. And
Yeah.
like with Tivas, I just slide inside of the shoe, basically, and then my ankle stops when it hits the wrist, the band
Ah,
there.
yeah.
And so yeah, that was funny. It made me remember to bring my shoes next time. Even though I threw the disc pretty well then too, honestly, on that throw as well. So I was feeling pretty good.
I mean, as long as you're not getting hurt and you see improvements, you're
Yeah.
doing something right. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
which is why I didn't get too butthurt when everybody was commenting like start back from the beginning,
put
stop wearing.
shoes on, you hippie.
What's that?
Put shoes on, you hippie.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
This is also like layover from when I first started disc golfing, and I was calling it frothing for a while.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
apparently, it's a big tell if you call it frisbee golf versus disc golf, or if you call it frothing versus disc golf.
Oh, like you're a noob if you call it frothing.
You're either a noob or you're like a hippie disc golfer.
Oh, okay.
Basically, like the hippie disc golfers call it frisbee golfing,
Okay.
and
Okay.
like the serious disc golfers call it disc golfing.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, well, it sounds like you're doing pretty good in disc golf then. Are you mainly playing at that one course or have you ventured out or
I've yet to venture out only because logistically it's kind of hard, I would say. But
right.
I'm noticing lately, it's funny. I think I've been in a time of saying no a lot,
Hmm.
and I'm slowly trying to say yes to things. If I want to do like if I know I want to do it and it doesn't seem like I can, but if I think about it harder, I could probably plan around or move it around.
Right.
I'm trying to say yes more to stuff like that, and like trying to, if I catch myself saying no really quickly, stopping myself and thinking, do I really want to do this? Is there a way I could figure this out? And then like ruminating on that a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's
You
been
know, Do
That's
you
been
think,
interesting.
okay. Do you think that do you think that comes from because you're in your period of life where you have kids? I mean, like new kids, and the first few years are really tough. I mean, it's very, very tough to kind of get away from them. You
Hmm.
also have your coaching business, which is like your own business where like you rely on just yourself, basically all the time,
Hmm.
to provide. I would say that for you, it probably is pretty tough to get out fairly often. But your youngest is almost out of it, like one or two more years, you know. And that at least that side of the of life will get a little bit easier. Well, I wouldn't say easier, probably just newer challenges.
Yeah,
Uh,
different challenges, less about like having to have to be there and watching so much, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So that, which takes up a lot of like brain juice, I feel like. Brain juice is a term I've been using lately. I'm trying to get more brain juice a lot of times.
What kind of relation? It's like it's not a symbiotic relation. It's like a one-way relationship right now with your kids. Like
Parasitic. It's parasitic.
that's basically what it is right now. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to be around, and even if you're not doing a whole lot, we were just talking about this in the green room before it, but like even if you just have to be around, and like you don't have to be
And you have to
doing
be like semi aware when you're around.
and be semi-aware,
Yep. Minimum.
and that's just tough. And like it's not like you're working a hard job like where it's super stressful, but just having to be there is like this
Hmm.
weird draining stress, like
Hmm.
parasitic stress, like just draining from you. And you're almost out of it, man. And I think you should say yes to a few extra things for sure.
Yeah. And I'm trying to tell myself, like, I don't have to say yes to everything, but I can figure out things now more than I used to be able to figure out things like when Ari was younger, for
Yeah.
example, and Dina was younger. And then I'm also trying to think of it like, okay, I'm laying a foundation now for the time when I can take advantage of opportunities more. So
Right.
like I'm really trying to keep up my networking a lot right now with other business owners and other events and opportunities and stuff like that, and just keep those
Yeah.
relationships strong and build more and get out more. So I'm actually, I don't know if I told you this, I'm actually teaching like kettlebell general physical preparedness classes with a kettlebell instructor in the area, who needed some help picking up some classes because he's got such high demand
Oh, wow.
at
That's
a
awesome.
gym in Ashburn.
Okay.
And one of the reasons is because I've been getting more requests for clients in Ashburn, and then I've been networking with a lot of people who are based out of like that Ashburn Leesburg area.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I need a hub to kind of work from in that area. And I've been thinking about different options. And then I heard from him from through my networking groups that he needed help with classes. And he's like a top level kettlebell instructor. He works with Strong First.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
He's met like Pavel and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I was like, well, I would like to sharpen my kettlebell knowledge a little bit and be around that. And then I'll have like a nice, I like the gym that he's at. So I have a nice gym that I can be at in that area and meet
Very
with
nice.
potential clients and meet with other people and stuff like that. And
Cool.
then it kind of cuts the commute versus running out randomly. I'm like there certain times of the week type
Okay.
thing. So that's been really good. And that's kind of an example of like laying the foundation right now for future. So I'm feeling like that's going to pay off big.
That's awesome, man. That sounds
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Now we got my stuff. I want to hear, I've been waiting to ask you since we've been messaging each other. Um, how's golf going? You guys actually did a tournament recently. Like, I don't know. Have you done many tournaments, you and your wife?
Well, so we're in a league,
Okay.
and so we're in the playoffs right now.
Right.
And so that's what we did over the weekend. We did a few tournaments this summer too.
You did.
Um,
Is
yeah,
this some of the first time you've done tournaments together though?
So this is the second year, and we do club tournaments. So there's like lots of different levels. We do club tournaments. We haven't done any of the state tournaments or anything like that yet.
Okay.
The club tournaments are all handicap based. So pretty much any like you can be a terrible golfer and you can play against a really good golfer, and the handicap system basically evens it up.
Hmm.
So it makes but you still have to play pretty good. Competition wise. So it's been fun. So we're in the playoffs.
And playoffs mean like top five in the tournament, right?
We're third seed out of 16
Okay.
in the playoffs. So our league just finished. We had our first match and it got rained out. Um,
Oh,
so we're like it's a weird situation, but we're 15 holes in and we have to finish 3 holes uh, of this match, and so it's going to be kind of awkward. But we might lose, but it's okay. That'll be okay. We'll just come back next year. But yeah, we play in a lot of tournaments. There's another tournament coming up on Labor Day weekend, and then there's one like in October that we'll play also. Um,
okay.
so tournaments are fun because like some of the tournaments are just kind of more fun tournaments, and then some of the tournaments are a little bit more serious, but still fun.
Hmm.
Um, and so this more serious ones are good because like I haven't been very competitive. Like the most competition is like me and you going to play disc golf, which is like 1% competition.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Every once in a while, we'll think, how many times did I throw that to get hit? Did I get par?
yeah, exactly. And so this is like the first real competition I've had in 15 years almost.
Right.
And so that is a completely different mindset. It's weird, like nerves are weird because even if you don't feel nervous, like you can like good athletes trick their minds into like not being nervous, but
Hmm.
I still think extra energy and like is in your body. And so you need to be aware, like your energy changes. And I think that does have to do with nerves, even if like your mind is telling you that you're not nervous.
Hmm.
So like little things like that can really affect your game. And golf is such a mental game that doing these tournaments that we're doing this year is preparing us or me, whoever, for some of the more competitive tournaments that I want to do over the next like 5 years.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just we've done okay in some of the tournaments. Like Amber and I, my wife and I, we play together, which is really fun. She's gotten really good at golf. She's taken lessons and stuff like that, and she has improved dramatically. I've kind of been just like the same.
Hmm.
Improving just like maybe 1 or 2%. I have improved for sure, and I've gotten more comfortable in competition, and I think that that's just a big part of it too.
Do you feel like you've improved in like your consistency? Like you don't have as many wild shots, overall, that kind of thing, or even like your decision making?
So yeah, oh yeah, okay. So I've read 4 golf books on the mental side of the game this year, and that has helped dramatically. Like I was saying that I don't feel nervous in tournaments, and I think that's true, right? Like in a sense, but I like underneath my skin, there's these nerves that pop up, and a lot of that's from reading these books and realizing the mental side of the game and how important that is. And little things like, of course, if you hit a bad shot, you shouldn't get mad at it or whatever. And then, like, how are you not going to get mad at it? Because it's just frustrating if you know that you can hit a shot, but then you just hit it into the woods or something like that. And then the next shot, you hit it perfect. It's like, why did that happen? And that can really mess up your game. But using some of the tools and realizing that like to shoot under 90 is like a 10%, like only like 10% of people like do that, right?
Hmm.
And and I shoot under 90.
Nice.
And so fairly consistently now, where I would say at the beginning of the year and last year, I was shooting over 90 more consistently.
Hmm.
So I have gotten better and my handicap's gone down. So yes, improve my mental game has gone up like 100, like 80% this year, and my regular game has gone up like 5% or so,
Hmm.
I would say is the improvement wise.
Yep.
And so that those are big things in golf. My fitness relating to golf is mainly yoga. I'm still crushing yoga. Um,
Yoga with Adrian, or have you branched out? You still yoga with Adrian mostly?
Yoga with Adrian, super easy. I do like the same 3 or 4 30-day programs. So I basically run through that 3 or 4 times in a year. Yeah, no, I actually did try a couple different videos and didn't like it.
Hmm.
And I know I always talk about her on here, but she's just really good at cueing, like so good that like I don't need to look at the TV, but I don't want to go into that too much. But one
What
interesting,
about strength work wise? Are you doing any strength work right now? Are you doing hangs? We were talking about hangs when we were messaging each other.
so yeah, I mean I'm pretty consistent with TRX rows. Okay, so right now in the golf world, similar to disc golf, is like everybody loves lower body power. Like everyone is like obsessed with it, right?
Yeah,
And
like getting
and
the hips into it, getting your feet to drive into the hips.
yeah, well, right now in golf, like the big thing is like you lower down just like a little bit. So you're moving downwards on your back foot
Mm-hmm.
and like loading the hips
Mm-hmm.
and then like moving upwards just like a couple inches and
Mm-hmm.
exploding your glutes and hips through
Mm-hmm.
to the front side and to your left foot. So it's like putting your weight on your right foot, shifting it to the left foot, and then exploding up and through, right?
Sounds
And
just like disc golf, by the way.
it's the exact same as disc golf.
Yeah, yeah.
But um people like Tiger Woods, okay, greatest golfer of all time, debatable, right? He always says how much he controls everything with his arms. Like
Yeah.
the power and everything is from his arms.
Yep.
And so so the trend on social media when
And he
you
also has a whole bunch of back issues.
and he's got back issues, right? And
Right.
I have back issues too,
Yeah.
right? And so my lower body work uh, is very negligible. I don't do very much lower body work except for my yoga stuff, which is like, low squats and, just like standing in a lunge, standing in a low lunge, things like that. So it's more isometric, and mobility. So isometric strength and mobility for my lower body.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is super helpful. I mean, like for stabilization, being on one, like I can stand on one leg for like 90 seconds. And when I was
Like
deadlifting
how you put your hands together. Because the tree pose.
like when I was deadlifting 400 pounds, I couldn't do that.
Right.
So I probably could have if I practiced it back then, but I
Mhm.
didn't. And
That
so
wasn't like a default thing you could jump into, though.
Right, right. So that's like my lower body. So what I'm saying in this little story here is that I basically only focus, I do yoga for lower body and core, and then I focus on my upper body, just mainly arms, some, TRX work like with rows and some push-ups and what are they called? Fallouts, like where you kind of let the rope go up and it's like more of a core workout, a little bit
Oh,
of
okay, okay.
lats
Kind
and
of like an
chest.
ab wheel-esque exercise with the
Yeah.
TRX. Yeah, I think those are called fallouts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Rows, bicep curls, using the pulley system for biceps, triceps,
Hmm.
doing push-ups. And I have been doing some farmer's carries with fairly lightweight, like up to 50 pounds. And then some, that's basically it. Now, because one thing I know we were going to talk about is that I hurt my shoulder doing disc golf. Like we went disc golfing like 5 months ago or whatever, and I threw out my shoulder.
Mhm.
And it's basically my chest. It's like right here where the
Right, it's like the
shoulder
connection of the shoulder and the chest there.
in the chest, and it's pretty good. Actually, I played disc golf last weekend and was throwing it pretty close to as hard as I can throw it, I would say. And
Hmm.
and I feel pretty good. But with yoga, there's a ton of stabilization in the chest. And I have been doing push-ups. So really like slow push-ups. I
I like
messed
slow
around
push-ups. Yeah.
like, yeah, slow because now if I get out of whack, I really focus on not getting out of whack. Like, so doing, if I do like fast push-ups or anything like that, where
Hmm.
like maybe my elbows are like moving in and out just a little bit,
Hmm.
I don't mess with that at all.
Hmm.
And
You're not
so
trying to rebound through the muscles. You're just trying to stretch and contract the muscles.
exactly. And I tried mace bells and the bats,
Yep.
uh, and that throws off my golf game. Uh,
Right.
Yeah, so I think the way I'm gonna cure my shoulder is gonna be in the off season,
Yep.
doing more stability work to my shoulder,
Hmm.
focusing on doing some shoulder presses with some slow lowering phase stuff, but
Yep.
then
Yep.
also working on the mace bell and the bats. Um,
Have you thought about sandbag? Don't you have like heavy sandbags? What's your heaviest sandbag?
yeah, yeah, I have a 50-pound sandbag and I have a 100-pound sandbag too.
Yeah, I've been watching some like rotational athletes get more into like the 50 and 100 pound sandbag work, like picking it up off from the ground and like shouldering it and then tossing it behind them,
Yep.
for example. And it's been I've almost been convinced that maybe my next program I might get a big sandbag and use that as my main like heavier weight exercise and kind of
Yeah.
play around with that. Mainly because of that hip leg drive that we've been talking about, and,
Hmm.
and like that crush kind of squeeze in the torso.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering how that's gonna affect my rotational ability and strength in disc golf. So I'm planning to experiment with that after this program is done.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'll probably ride this program for about 6 to 8 more weeks. Basically,
Okay.
I just got started like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So,
Yeah. All right. I remember trying some rotational work with that 50-pound sandbag, and it
hmm,
was a lot harder than I thought. Uh,
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
so I would just say start low and slow on that,
Yep.
and work your way up.
Yeah. Like at first, what I think I want to do is like before this program is over, I want to get a 50-pound bag and I just want to start playing with it randomly,
Mhm. Yeah.
mostly, and picking it up in different ways and trying out different positions with it. And then
Right.
based on how I feel playing with it, that'll give me some ideas about how I want to program my next 6 to 8 weeks.
That's good. That's good. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about this many times on the pod, is that like my lower left glute-ish, backish
Yeah,
area,
the hip there, right?
it is just it's a mess. And it just it no matter what I've done over the past 5 or 10 years, it doesn't get any better. And
Hmm. Hmm.
and I'm to the point where disc golf and regular golf are more important to me than lifting,
Yep.
and and I want to be able to perform on the courses.
Hmm.
And even doing I mean even doing like a 35-pound kettlebell swing, now I'll do them occasionally, but like I'll do 2 or 3 reps, like, and nothing crazy,
Yep.
and I'll probably still feel it in that lower left glute area.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't want to feel that if I'm going to be playing golf. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, basically. And
Yep.
and both disc golf and regular golf will make me a little tight in that area also.
Mm-hmm.
But not to the point where it's like I could play golf every day and be fine. But I bet you I'll be a little sore after like 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Do
it,
you,
it
you have a
just
massage gun, by the way?
yeah, I do. I've one right over here.
I've been doing that a lot lately in that area since my form has changed and it started to go into the hips and the sides more.
Yeah.
Man, like that feels so good there. Like
That's
it feels
oh
good in other areas, but there, oh my goodness, like it feels amazing there. Like it feels nice. Like I'd crave it almost a little bit.
yeah, I'll use it in that little area and definitely roll in that area. I mean,
Mhm.
I've tried everything, but it will relieve it a little bit like at night, but it's just temporary relief. It's never like an always relief.
Yeah, like a band-aid, basically. But I'll take a
Yeah.
band-aid if I got nothing else, basically.
Well, we're almost 40, Mike. It's
About to be over. Every time I throw a disc far and it lands over a hill, I'm reminded that I'm about to turn 40. Every time. I don't, it could just be a me thing, but I'm like, look, it's over the hill.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna happen, Mike. It's happening very soon.
Yeah, very soon. Very soon. T minus 2 weeks,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, 2 weeks, one day. Not that I'm counting or anything.
All right. Is that it? What
I
about we
think,
got anything else?
I think that's it, man. I think that's good. Got a good catch up. Know what we're doing. Know what we're working on. Hopefully, glean some little tidbits of help from that if someone's listening today.
Should
And then,
should we do some disc golf content?
I mean, like videos of disc golf. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying? I'm down.
to add to our stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
disc golf content because I know you posted your fitness routine that was like your disc golf fitness routine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But do you think we should do any disc golf content?
I'm down, dude. I'm
All
totally
right,
down. Yeah.
we'll figure something out.
All right. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But until then, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right, peace.
Peace out.